Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sar Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtapraye Swabhadresu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. We welcome all the devotees for this Friday afternoon class, and I'm thankful to devotees who given me this opportunity to repeat the words which we are hearing from our acharyas and which we are reading from our Gaudiya scriptures, especially Srila Prabhupada purports. So please bless me so I can repeat what I am hearing and what I am trying to understand from our books. So today, in continuation of our discussion here in this slot, so we are now discussing on the 9th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, and in that continuation, today it will be verse number 16. So before reading Srila Prabhupada's translation and purport, we will recite the verse, and I request a few devotees, they want to recite the verse. So it is Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 9, the most confidential knowledge, and verse number 16. Aham kartur aham yagyah swadaham aham ausadham mantro aham aham evajam aham agnir aham hutam aham kartur aham yagyah swada aham aham ausadham mantro aham aham evajam aham agnir aham hutam aham kartur aham yagyah swada aham aham ausadham mantro aham aham evajam aham agnir aham hutam
aham kraturaham yajnah
aham
svadaham aham agniraham hutam aham kratur aham yagyah aham aushadam aham evajyam madro aham evajyam aham agniraham aham kratur aham yagyah aham aushadam aham Mantro Adam Agni Adam Aham Agni Aham Putam Aham Ratu Aham Yajna Aham Ratu Aham Yajna Aham Ausadam Aham Ausadam Mantro Aham Devadyam Aham Putam Aham Agni Aham Putam Aham Ratu Aham Yajna Aham Ratu Aham Yajna Aham Ausadam Aham Ausadam Mantro Aham Devadyam Aham Putam Aham Agni Aham Putam Aham Kartur Aham Yajna Aham Kartur Aham Yajna Aham Aushadam Aham Aushadam Mantram Aham Devadyam Mantro Aham Devadyam Aham Agni Aham Putam Aham Agni Aham Putam
Mataji.
Aham Kartur Aham Yajna Aham Aushadam Mantro Aham Devadyam Aham Agni Aham Putam Aham Kartur Aham Yajna Aham Aushadam Mantro Aham Devadyam Aham Agni Aham Putam Aham Kartur Aham Yajna Aham Aushadam Mantro Aham Devadyam Aham Agni Aham Putam
Word meaning aham, I, kartu, Vedic ritual, aham, I, yajna, smriti sacrifice, shraddha, oblation, aham, aham, I, ausadham, healing herb, mantra, transcendental chant, aham, aham, I, eva, certainly, ajyam, melted butter, aham, I, agni, fire, aham, I, hutam, offering. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: but it is I who am the ritual, I the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant, I am the butter and the fire and the offering. Purport: the Vedic sacrifice, known as Jyotoma, is also Krishna. And he is also the Mahayagya mentioned in the Smriti. The oblations are offered to the Pitraloka or the sacrifice performed to please the Pitraloka, considered as a kind of drug in the form of clarified butter, is also Krishna. The mantra chanted in the connection are also Krishna, and many other commodities made with milk products for offering in the sacrifices are also Krishna. The fire is also Krishna because fire is one of the 5 material elements and is therefore claimed as the separated energy of Krishna. In other words, the Vedic sacrifices recommended in the Karma Kanda division of the Vedas are in total also Krishna. Or the other words, those who are engaged in rendering devotional service unto Krishna are to be understood to have performed all the sacrifices recommended in the Vedas. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 Hare Krishna. So I again welcome all the devotees and thank the devotees who gave me this service. And I need all the assembled Vaishnavas' blessings to repeat the same thing which we are hearing from devotees and which Srila Prabhupada he is giving in his purports. So in this chapter till now, we discussed the first verse, second verse, where the Lord he described about the pure devotion. Then he discussed about his opulences. Then, after explaining all the opulences, then there are people still who cannot understand the Lord. Then he talked about the Mahatmas, and after that, the last verse where we heard like the three things Lord he told in verse number 15. So it is Ekatvena, Prathatvena, and Bahuda. So these are the three different aspects Lord he spoke in verse number 15. And this verse 16 and up to verse number 19, it is discussing the same thing which Lord spoke in verse number 15. So that we will understand. So here, if we are seeing this verse number 16, so here Lord described, and then it is all he is saying I. So so this is like as we are in parampara and in the shelter of the devotees, our parampara acharyas. So from the day one, even unknowingly, also they said, "No, you worship Lord Krishna." And there are people like who are just attracted to so many different things. But ultimately, here the Lord is saying all eight things he described in this verse, like the karma kanda rituals, then the yajna sacrifice, then the offerings to the ancestors, whatever we are giving to our ancestors, that is also I. Then the healing herb like ausadam, then the mantra which is chanted, then the ghee which is just put there in the sacrifice, then the fire and the offerings, whatever we are offering there. So this all, it is Lord is mentioning, it is all He. Then when our acharyas, they said, like you directly worship Lord Sri Krishna, then which is easier actually? Like, so with these verses, why Lord is telling, then at the end, after telling everything to Arjuna, at the end of the Bhagavad-Gita in 18th chapter, Lord will say, now it is to you what you want to choose. So when we will understand this, and when we are trying to understand the path of the pure devotion, so sometime we have to sit and we have to just think of that, which is the topmost, like which is the direct devotion, and which is coming like this here, like we have to perform something, and in this it is not only one thing is involved. There are so many things involved. If one of that is not properly connected, then what will be the result? Whatever the efforts we have given, even there will be no result. But where it is said, even chanting of Mahamantra, where it comes the Shravan Kirtan Ismaranam, so it is Stovam Helanam Evava. So either Parihasyam, like whatever the way, if we chant the name of the Lord, so it gives the same result. Like we understand from Bhagavatam, like how Ajamila unknowingly he was in a fear of, when he saw the Yamdutas, in a fear of that, he just chanted the name of his son, and his son name was Narayana, and at the same time the Vishnu Dutas came and they saved him from the Yamdutas. So this is like the pure, the direct devotion. And then these, here what is discussed in these verses, this also like a type of, they, like Lord Sri Krishna is saying, that is also I. So these people, they have the understanding, this yajna what I am performing is also Krishna only, but they are not attracted to the direct devotion of the Lord. So that is the difference. And above that, the difference is like the result of performing the pure devotion and performing these sacrifices, till where this all the process which is explained here will take us, and pure devotion is giving us. So that difference also we have to understand. So here, as this all the 8 things uh, is said by Lord in this verse. But how Srila Prabhupada he is ending his purport, that also we have to see. Srila Prabhupada he mentioned, in other words, those who are engaged in rendering devotional service unto Krishna. So this is like after explaining this all, then the Srila Prabhupada he is concluding his purport, and he is directly telling that, in other words, those who are engaged in rendering devotional service unto Krishna are to be understood to have performed all the sacrifices recommended in the Vedas. So this is how the same thing comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, where it is aho bat swapacho ato gariyam यद जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम ते पुस्तपस्ते जोहु सुस्नुरार्य ब्रह्मानुचर गृणंती गृणंती नाम ये थे, something like it goes. So नाम ये थे. So there also the same thing is explained there, like who are chanting even one name of the Lord, it means they have performed all type of the sacrifices, everything. Although if the person comes from any background, but if in his tongue the name of the Lord is coming, and if he is chanting, then it is assured, means like he performed all those the things which are given here, like the 8 things of yajna, how the yajna is done, and everything else which is explained in the Vedas. They have performed that, then only they can chant the name of the Lord. So this is how Srila Prabhupada here is mentioning, like are to be understood to have performed all the sacrifices recommended in the Vedas. So this which we have to catch here, not like which is explained, no, I am the mantra, I am the ritual, and then we have to go and think, collecting this all things, and then we have to find out in Kuwait, like who is a Brahmana, and then so many things will be involved in that. So here, but in this one, like in the verse number 15, as we Prabhuji, he was explaining last 15th chapter. The class was given by Bristkas Prabhuji. So basically, he took one only that was like ekatvena, like angroha pasaka. So that aspect, Prabhuji, he explained in his that 15th chapter class. But there are another two. So these are called Pratikopasaka and Viswarupa Upasaka. So these are the three. They are Ekatvena, Prathaktvena means these are the Pratikopasaka, and then the Bahuda means they are the Viswarupa Upasaka. So this verse, this 16th verse, this all the 8 things which are coming. So it means these people, they are the Viswarupa Upasaka. Means whatever they see, then they say this is non-different than the Vishnu, but they are attracted to that. And what are the Pratikopasaka? They see like they will say they are the worshipper of the sun. And when they worship sun, then they say this is Vishnu only. But they are not directly worshipping Vishnu, but they are worshipping the sun. So, like some people, they are worshipping moon, but they are worshipping only one object. So they are Pratikopasaka. But when they are worshipping everything, whatever they see, then they are Viswarupa Upasaka, means they are attracted and they are worshipping everything. But we will see the difference between, like, then we say the demigod worshippers, they are also like they are worshipping all the demigods. And here, these people are not called the demigod worshippers, they are called either the Angro Upasaka or Pratikopasaka or Viswarupa Upasaka. So, what is the difference between these, like which are described here, and the demigod worshippers? Definitely, the demigod worshippers, I think from verse number 20, then it will come about the worshippers of the demigods. It is going to come further on the upcoming verses. So there we will understand about them. It will be definitely Srila Prabhupada. He will explain us in his purports about that. But here we will try to understand about these 3 terms which are given in these verses, especially in the 15th verse, and then these 16 to 19 verse about the Viswarupa Upasaka. So here these are the 3 types of the upasana which are like the Angro Upasaka. Last time Prabhuji he explained about this. So these are like and the important word which is given in the verse number 15 is Jnana Yagyena Chapa Anye. And Cha Api, if you see, then the meaning of that Cha means also, Api means certainly. So they are with this Jnana Yagya, means they knows about this and they are only performing this. So the Angro Upasaka, these are the people like with the Jnana Yagya, they with the knowledge, they are what they are. Their understanding is like it is the Vasudev is I, and I am Vasudev. Means they thinks means like and then the example of this is given a person named Pondrak in Srimad Bhagavatam, who was always decorating himself like Lord Sri Krishna, wearing the uh, this the peacock feather and dressing himself like a yellow garments and everything like a Lord Shri Krishna, and he will say, I am Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada in his purport of 15th verse, he said, out of these three, he is the lowest one. Because of he himself is telling, I'm Krishna, and he is decorating and he is roaming everywhere like I'm Krishna. But here I was discussing even with Prabhuji, like the commentary on these verses is given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and out of these three, he considered the Angro Upasaka, who is considering himself non-different than the Krishna. He said, out of these three, he is the top one. The other, the Pratikopasaka is after him, and Viswarupopasaka, they are after the Pratikopasaka. So he took them this way. So when I was discussing with Prabhuji, he said, in a point of view of like a pure devotion, how one devotee he can think he is the Lord. So that way, so the acharyas they thinks in a different view, and this is how sometime it is called like we have to harmonize that. How if one acharya is saying no, he is above these two, and Srila Prabhupada he is mentioning he is the lowest of these three. He is the lowest one. So how we can harmonize that? So Srila Prabhupada mood is that like as a devotee, if we think if somebody says I am Krishna, then what as a devotee we will see, we will think. So he is the lowest of like that. He is directly relating himself or saying I am Krishna. But then I was thinking of why Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he said he is above these other two. So he is thinking in a way of at least the other person, he is taking his meditation out from Lord Vishnu, and he is meditating completely on sun. Considering sun, he is non-different than the Vishnu. But this person, he don't know anyone else than Vishnu. And whatever it is Vishnu only. For him, because my relation is with Vishnu, and I know only Vishnu, no one else. So on that aspect, if Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he said he is better than the other two, because the other two, they are saying the sun and not directly worshipping Vishnu, but worshipping the sun and saying sun is Vishnu only. So that is the difference here we have to understand on the mood of the acharyas, how they explains us. So here then we are in the first 6 chapters, if we understand on, and like we here in Bhagavad-Gita, Lord Shri Krishna, he is explaining, and like they are attracted to the Brahma Jyoti, and they talk about that like merging in the Brahman. So they are also a type of the worshippers, and they are choosing that path. So the difference here between these three and the people who are just for them, the Brahma Jyoti is the topmost, the achievement, and that is the ultimate. So the difference here is said, like their understanding, they wants to merge, means knows both are different. At least they knows that different, right? Because that's why then they want to merge in that. It means something is different, and they are attracted to that, or they consider that is the topmost thing where they have to reach and merge their self. So they know that difference, so they want to remove the difference. They want to remove that difference which is in Brahman and their self, and they want to achieve that and merge on that. But here the Angro Upasaka, this person, he is completely thinking like, I don't want to merge. Actually, I am Krishna and Krishna is me. So there is that difference is there. So here then we have to understand, like now think now what is happening in our society. Like there are the demigod worshippers, there are then the people who want to merge in Brahma Jyoti, then there are Angro-upasaka, there are Viswarupa-upasaka, and then the essence of all the scriptures is like we have to worship Lord Sri Krishna, who is the source of everything. So there are the devotees who are trying to practice the pure devotion. So such a divisions in a society. So very difficult means like uh, today we got one person like that, and it was a more than half an hour discussion with him, and certain level then we have to stop him because of it is not good for us to hear this all the things which they keeps in their mind, and they comes and they discuss that. So that is also we are seeing. It is there. So here, what is happening in our society? In society, people are there who think like, okay, they knows Vishnu, and they will say we are Mayavadis, Dandagrahena Matrena, Naro Narayan Bhavet, like who received the sannyas danda, he means Naro Narayan Bhavet. From that he became Narayan now. So there are many like a different understandings given. So these people in general, they are attracted to that. Many people who are giving discourses on scriptures are saying the same, that they are non-different from the God, right? That also we met once. Somebody called us, myself and Prabhuji, we went there, and the whole the time whenever we are just interacting with them, they are telling this, and they were introducing us, this is the person who is always with the God. And who is the God? Then they were showing one picture of somebody is there, they are showing, and because of now he became senior in their organizations, maybe for certain whatever the reason, and he is the God now. And when he will die, then there will be new God maybe becoming ready. So this also there, the people are, the person came, he was not from Kuwait, he came from Switzerland. From Switzerland he came here. And then they, so far they are traveling also, and they are doing that, but what is the understanding? So this is how it is, like the people, they are discussing on the scriptures, they are talking that, but they are saying that they are also God. But soul cannot be same as super soul. See the second verse of 12th verse of second chapter. So this is how I was hearing. Yes. So this is verse number 12. There we have to understand how clearly it is mentioned. न त्वेवा अहम जातुनास न त्वं नेपे जनाधिपा न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयम अतः परम. So what it is, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these. Not talking about the body. It's talking about the I'm a Lord in front of you. You are a soul in front of me, and there will be no time when you will be not there as a soul, or I will be not as a supreme Lord. So that is what it is. So in the scriptures, it is never nowhere it is mentioned like there will be a change, and that is the reason here our acharyas, they are explaining something is in us which is never changed, and that is only our identity. Otherwise, as a modern science also says, in a time of 7 years, even all the cell in our body will. And in Bhagavad-Gita, in the beginning, Dehino asmin yatha dehe komaram vanam jara tatha dehantar prap. Not there. That body is gone. Then the whatever our age, before 5 years, whatever, or 2 years before, whatever the body we had, that is gone. Right? So everything is changed in us. But can we ever think like I am not the same person? So what is there which changed in us? Science also is telling everything is changed in you. But what is there which is not changed, and we are identifying ourselves as that? And we are never confused like, no, now because of my body, everything, even our emotions, everything are changing with the course. But ever we, because of my whatever else is, which is everything else is changing. So why we never think like I am not that person now? Because there is something which never changes, and that is what? That is the soul, and that is we. So this is that way. If we have to think, so simple to understand, because only which is not changing is the soul. So that's why when everything else is changed in us, still we identify ourselves also the same person. Otherwise, what base is still person is identified as Upasaka and Viswarupa Upasaka, because he identifies himself with Vishnu, not with anyone else. So that aspect he is saying, because he don't know anyone else. So this is that. Then the Pratikopasaka, I said, it is like they also worships the Lord with the knowledge received from scriptures, but his knowledge is that sun or moon or the Indra, they are Lord Vishnu only, but they worships them. Doing that, some destiny will be there. So what is the destiny of these people who are worshipping these like either a sun or moon or Indra or Chandra, whatever, by understanding he is non-different than the Vishnu. So here considers him as Vishnu. So their faith is on that, and then they understand that is Vishnu, and then they are worshipping. Then the Viswarupa Upasaka. This is what is today's verse, especially because of here it is like all this uh, I 8 times that I Lord Sri Krishna mentioned. So this is Viswarupa Upasaka. Here their understanding is that Vishnu is devotee of sun. He will get moksha because he is seeing sun not as sun but seeing as Vishnu. So they will get the moksha. They will get moksha. So demigods worshippers focus only on a particular vibhuti and thinking he is everything. So Vishnu is not in a picture. They think Indra is everything. If you say no, Vishnu is supreme, they will not accept it. You said no. Like I know like one time one of my colleague was there and we used to go together office in same vehicle like that. He was telling, if somebody tells me from the one sort, I will just refuse it, because currency is currency. Whatever you say, it works. Maybe it is not working here, it will work. And there are demigods and there are disposition. No, for him everything is same. There are people. If you make them to understand, they will not accept it. So this is the difference. These people, why they will get moksha? Because of they are saying he is Vishnu. And for the same, like a Surya Narayan and Surya Dev, like for them Surya is Deva, and for these people who are the Viswarupa Upasaka, Surya is Narayan. He is a Vishnu only. So there is so Vishnu is not in picture for the demigod worshippers. So where Pratikopasaka and Viswarupa Upasaka, they worships them as they are Vishnu only. So in the mood of servant, devotee serves Lord Sri Krishna, understanding that he is everything. Ultimately, here also he is saying all. And when we worship him, then here in this point, I am just remembering, if you see in a second chapter, in a purport of verse number 52, if you open that and we see there, Madhavendra Puri, he is giving a very nice verse, and he is saying, Sandhya Vandan Bhadram Astu Bhavato Bho Snana Tubhyam Namo Bho Devaha Pitrascha Tarpana Vidhau Naham Chamaha Chamyatam Yatra Kwapi Nisadya Yadava Kulotamasya Kamsa Dvisaha Smaram Agam Harami Tadam Tad Alam Manye Kim Anye Name. Oh, my prayers 3 times a day All glories to you, O bathing. I offer my obeisances unto you, O demigods, O forefathers. Please excuse me for my inability to offer you my respects. Now, wherever I sit, I can remember the great descendant of Sundar, whatever it is, but Radha is there, not Rukmani or not any other form of the Sakti. So, because of it is a mood of the Brajavasi. Ultimately, we have to follow the Brajavasis. They are pure. That's why the gopis are our topmost inspiration of like their devotion. We are following them. Any other form like it is. There is a very nice pastime. Why the pastimes are given in Srimad Bhagavatam? Rasa dance, where the gopis, every gopi was in a moonlight, in a soothing that moon effect, and in the night they are dancing with the Lord Shri Krishna, and every light pride just came in them like today Krishna is mine. So Krishna he disappeared, and when he disappeared, so they are crying and they are running here and there. And Lord Sri Krishna, when he was hiding and seeing the gopis, what is their condition now? The moment when they saw Lord Krishna is disappeared from them, they were running. And Lord Sri Krishna, he himself came as Lord Narayan. Lord Narayan means like in a two-handed form he came. And he asked gopis, why you are so disturbed? What you are looking actually? So the gopis, although he took the form of Lord Sri Krishna only, but the gopis, when they saw, what was their question? Have you seen Krishna? Although he was exactly, he made his form like himself only, but the gopis, they could just see and understand he is not Krishna. Even when Uddhava came, like he was also dressed and he was looking exactly like Krishna, but the gopis, they could see that this is their devotion. Other than Lord Sri Krishna, they will not worship. So even here we have to understand, like for beginning with the devotion, like when we begins our devotional practice, we have deities of Lord Nrsimha or Lord Ram in our temples. If we will understand in depth the scriptures given by our Goswamis, they never wanted any other worship, and they never encouraged also for such worships. But in the beginning, celebrating Ram Navami or Narsingh Chaturthi is to progress to the stage of Ragatmika Bhakti. But the goal is that if we have not picked the mood of the Brajavasis, the gopis, then like it will be like our whatever our acharyas they have given us, we will no like not reach there, or we will not achieve that. So nothing is wrong but not complete also. It's not wrong, but it is not complete. That is where we are trying to understand. It is, we are not saying no, it is not there. Even in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, or some of his devotees, they were attracted, or they were devoted to Lord Ram, and that all. There are some examples are given, but ultimately here, if we are just trying this all, then it is like uh, the mood of the Brajavasis only we have to try to understand and try to follow them. That will be the Srimad Bhagavata Artha. What is that? Srimad Bhagavata Artha Nam Aswadyo Rasika. So that Rasik who are in the mood of achieving the same goal, who are moving forward for the same goal, we have to associate only with them. So this is how it is here we have to. So By the mercy of pure devotee, the desire and strength will come. That's why all devotees want the dust of gopis' lotus feet. Pure devotee, they want devotion of gopis. So Lord Sri Krishna says in Ras Panchadhyaya that I am insignificant in front of the devotion of the gopis. We are getting this understanding by mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Otherwise, most of the scriptures are filled with knowledge of Angro-Upasaka or this Viswarupa Upasaka. So this is a mercy of this parampara, or especially Lord when he came in a incarnation of or himself when he came as a Lord Chaitanya, he gave this understanding. Aradhyo Bhagavad. This we have to ultimately, as we are in this Gaudiya Sampradaya, so we should understand this, and that should be our goal. And to achieve that, whatever is helping understand, but our goal should we are putting the efforts. So that's the reason Srila Vyasdev was unsatisfied after writing everything. He was not satisfied. Then he went, go in Lord Sri Krishna. So that is the example given of Lord Vyasadeva when he wrote all the scriptures, even the this the last what it is. Yes. So after writing everything, then also when he was satisfied, he went to Lord Narad Muni, Vedanta Sutra. The last year wrote the Vedanta Sutra, and then also he was not satisfied. Then he went, and by the mercy of Narad Muni, he told him, because of you have not done this, that's why you are not satisfied. So before the three upasana, here we are talking. So there are some other also. I think it will take 5 minutes. So we try today to understand this is these three: Angropasaka, Pratikopasaka, and Viswarupopasaka. But before that, if we see the 6th chapter, what we understood, those people they are called Guni Bhuta Bhakta. Their bhakti is a Guni Bhuta Bhakti. So Guni Bhuta is like it is. For that we have to read one verse from Bhagavatam, which is first canto, 5th chapter, and verse number 12. So 1, 5, 12. Sorry. Naskarmyam api achyuta bhava varjitam na sobate jnanam alam niranjanam. That is the verse 1, 5. I will just open and read that 1, 5, 12. So that will help us to understand this. What is the Guni Bhuta Bhakti? How even whatever they achieve in their life, how they are achieving. So here it is, Naskarmyam api achyut bhava varjitam na sobate jnanam alam niranjanam kutah punah saswad abhadram isware na charpitam karma yadapi akaranam. So knowledge of self-realization, even though free from all material affinity, does not look well if devoid of a conception of infallible God. If it is devoid of the pure devotion, if that even the Naskarmyam, the Niskam karma also will not give the result. So it is said, even the Guni Bhuta Bhakta means like the karmis or the jnanis or the yogis, whatever they achieves in their efforts, whatever their goal. So without the involvement of the pure devotion, even they will not get that. Even it is said, if you go Rishikesh and Haridwar, there are all these ashrams. So they are also chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but their goal is something different. But for achieving that goal, also they have to do the devotion. Without that, even they cannot achieve that. So this verse is saying, alone their efforts, without the devotion, they will not get. But the problem is what? They are practicing part of the devotion to achieve their sakam karma, means they want to have some material gain, or the jnanis, they want the knowledge, or they want to go to that path where they want to merge to Brahman, or whatever they are, the yogis, they want to they want to see the Paramatma in their heart, or whatever it is. So these people, where their goal is not the pure devotion, goal is something, but they add the devotion in that. They are Bhuta is like their practice is the devotion, but still they are attached either to the Niskam karma or the Jnana. So part of that also still they have not left. Somehow they are practicing that also, but their goal is they are practicing the pure devotion. So they are the Pradhani Bhuta Bhakta. So Guni Bhuta, they the main limb is the devotion, but there is a act of the Jnana and that all. They are not completely became the pure devotee. So this is another stage. And then there are Ananya Bhakta, or there are uh, there are so many names. There is a Ananya Bhakta, there are Kevala Bhakti is called, the Suddha Bhakti is called, or Sakshat Bhakti is called. So what is the difference? Actually, it will come the upcoming verses also. What is the difference between the pure devotional service and the Pradhani Bhukta or the Guni Bhuta or these other which we discussed today? The difference is like the Ananya Bhakta, like it will come, I think, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Yajana Paripas. Ananya. That is how we are saying this middle six chapters, they are talking about the pure devotion. If we open the 7th chapter, which is the first chapter coming for this pure devotional part of the Bhagavad-Gita, the very first verse, it talks about the Ananya Bhakti. The Ananya word has come. So what is the direct devotion where there is no mix of the jnana or the karma? Anya abhilasita sunyam jnana karma adi anavritam. So it is either chanting, or it is a hearing about the Lord, or it is remembering the Lord. So these are the limbs. When these are the practice, that is called the Ananya Bhakti, because there is no mix of any other thing. There is no involvement of any other the act. We are chanting, so directly it is an association of with the Lord. If we are hearing, we are hearing directly about the Lord. If we are remembering, it is directly to the Lord. So there is no mix of jnana or karma or anything. So that is the difference from the Ananya Bhakti and the Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, where they are still mixing some jnana or the karma on that. But some are Pradhani Bhuta, they are using the devotional service for gaining either something material, or they want to become a jnani or whatever it is. So these are so many divisions, and there are in depth. If we have to go, there is a lot will come on that if we want to understand it minorly. But this is like overhaul means like how we can understand. So here today's verse, it was like that, and because of Srila Prabhupada, he concluded that who are doing the devotional service understand that they performed all the sacrifices commanded in the Vedas. So because our time is now almost there, so I will stop here. Hare Krishna.